Imagine this. It's the early 1930s Europe. The war is yet to begin. Roll film has recently arrived and is slowly displacing plate photography. The old photography camp are bemoaning the loss of art in photography. These Leicas and Kodaks with their roll film, way too easy to use. And what's with this 35mm business? Ugh. Sound familiar? Yep. To quote the Oracle in Battlestar Galactica, all of this has happened before, and it will happen again. In the midst of all of this, Zeiss Icon delivered a knockout blow by releasing what was then the top-of-the-line medium format camera. People of the internet, I give you the Zeiss Super Ikonta 530. A remarkable testament to German ingenious engineering. The history of this camera is fascinating, as you can imagine, so if you're interested, I've left a link in the notes. So now let's get into the camera itself. At first glance, it seems unremarkable, humble, unassuming. Do not be deceived by this, however, for the press of a single button reveals its absolute magnificence. It is in fact a 120 format folding rangefinder camera. The lens, it is a Carl Zeiss Jena 70mm f3.5 lens. All the controls are located around the lens. So let's go through how one might go ahead and take a photo with this kind of camera. The film is loaded at the back. To open the back, push the round button/lever and pull the back open. You should have the spindle from the previous film, which you should move to the correct location if you haven't already done this. Wind the film till you see the number 1 in the first window. You are ready to expose the first frame. This Super Ikonta takes a standard 6x9 film, but there is a metal frame that you can insert, so it shoots 6x4.5, giving you twice as many shots from a 120 roll. It's the same idea as half frame in the 35mm world, such as an Olympus pen, but not all Super Ikonta cameras are capable of this, only ones with 2 windows on the back. To set the exposure, select the required aperture by moving the pointer to the correct number. There is a red dot between f8 and f11 in this Ikonta. This indicates a kind of sweet spot for the lens. When it is selected, everything from 16 feet to infinity is in focus. This is perfect for grabbing shots quickly as long as there's enough available light for the setting. Select the shutter speed by rotating the shutter speed dial for the appropriate setting. Then you have to cock the shutter before you can take a shot. The shutter release mechanism is right underneath the lens. What about composing and focusing? Well, those are done in different windows. There is an uncoupled rangefinder which uses rotating wedge prisms. Once the subject is in focus, one can compose using the pop-up finder. There are no parallax guides in the pop-up finder, so one has to compensate for that. I guess that comes with experience. Well, that's it. Your picture is taken. It may look complex or a bit slow by today's standards, but actually the Ikonta was blazing fast in its day. Consider the following. With the red dot setting and in good light, you don't have to worry about focus for subjects that are 16 feet and beyond. You can set your shutter speed, the aperture, and even cock the shutter, then fold the lens away. And when needed, you can quickly press the button to open the lens chamber and take the shot as very quickly as you can. May I say, this is much faster than even some digital cameras in manual mode. This is a true pocket camera. That is, a medium format camera that fits in the pocket of your jeans. That's remarkable. Okay, so I wouldn't use this camera to photograph kids or basketball game, for example. No, I'll use it for things that don't move so much. Posed portraits, buildings, landscapes, things like that. Above all though, I'd make sure I don't rush and fully enjoy the experience. Medium format photography isn't cheap, so I'd like to savor every moment. Till next time, auf Wiedersehen.